Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video. In today's video, the Pirate Alliance KIZUNA Clash versus Blackbeard. The dual unit, Blackbeard getting Super Evolution with the Yami Yami no Mi and the Goro Goro no Mi, the dual unit, and his gun. When this character released, it was so funny because, like, he was just bad on paper. Like, really cool concept, but just such a bad character. Haven't really looked into what he does as a Super Evolution, but look, I'm kind of excited for it because I do really like these quirky legends. But today, we're going to be breaking down the KIZUNA Clash, the 10-star event, with the release of the new Vasco shot. Today's video is based off, if you can find a Vasco shot, friend captain, awesome. But if not, you don't have to worry about it too much. It's all about, if you can find them, bring them. If you can't, don't stress. That way you can still farm up as much as possible. Now, this is a regular KIZUNA. You want to make sure you are doing your assists. So hopefully these teams help you out in some way. And I'm going to be transparent here. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon ZA. It's been taking up a lot of my free time. So I have been pretty lackluster with the complacency of team building. I haven't been playing too much OPTC, to be honest, but I have been obviously just doing my dailies and stuff like that. So hopefully these teams work, and hopefully they help you out. Let me know down below if there are any issues or anything that I have missed, because like I said, I have been playing a lot of Legends EA, and let me know down below if you guys are playing that too. But like I said, today we're not using any of the recommended characters. You can use a Vasco shot as a friend captain if you want to, but if you can't, you can just run like the dual captain, and that's going to work fine too. Strength Dex, quick get the cooldowns for the the Dex variation. On Battle 2, after... Wait, no, Battle 2. We verse Doc Q, and he has full immunity except delay. He gives you bind on your left-hand side, which goes down to 2 turns, so you can use that as support for this. He gives you poison, and he gives you a 25% HP cut as well. After level 30, which all these teams are designed for. Now, remember, because this is a regular 10-star KIZUNA, not a lot of people are getting past level 30. Like, everyone's just doing their regular runs. No one's using potions, because you want to save them for Super Boss. But eventually, you will see level 30 runs, and these teams will work up until that point. So, therefore, like, you're good to go, pretty much, for everything in front of you. Full immunity, blow away stuff, weak to driven, percent damage card, all of the good stuff that the 10 star usually has. 2 turns of special limit of 3 times, so ideally you either want to remove this or have the potential ability to do that. 10 turns of recovery bind, 5 turns of burn, bottom row stun for 3 times, bind on your left hand column again, going down to 2 turns after sockets, 8 turns of damage reduction, as well as 6 turns of threshold. Normal attacks only. If you use a slot effect boost, he puts up a barrier, which is, look, not the worst. It's 83 turns, so like you can't like get rid of it, but at the same time, like, you just have to hit 2 perfects, and it's like cool. Like, this burn, but like, again, cool. When you remove the normal attacks only, all the bad stuff happens, and then after on defeat, there's 108,383 damage. I don't know what that number represents, but I'm sure it represents something to do with a Blackbeard or Vasco shot. I'm gonna say it's got something to do with Blackbeard. So, team I got put together, it looks a little bit like this. Now, I really wanted to do something with Strength Blackbeard, because you can just bypass those defensive effects. However, there's a death shot, and Blackbeard makes you take all damage from that type of stuff. So unfortunately, this is what we're working with. I'm not a huge fan of this particular team. We don't really have any type advantage, but realistically, you can run any friend captain here that is a powerhouse character. Ideally powerhouse driven. Now, the first one that comes to mind, obviously besides Vasco shot, is Rush Kaido. You could just throw Rush Kaido as your friend captain here, and just have another character that's hitting really hard. Because remember, these teams, they're built without the friend captain in mind. The friend captain is just like that extra unit that can just do something for the team. And Rush Kaido, like, he's going to be an orb booster. He's going to be a conditional booster as well for increased damage taken, which you will have increased damage taken with Verse Kaido. So on turn 2, you get the poison and the bind on the left-hand side. Make sure you have your sockets maxed out. The Shiryu support on Blackbeard is going to take care of the poison. The Otama support on Big Mom Katakuri is going to take care of the bind. If you guys don't have Otama, you can use the pudding support and then use a ship to get rid of the extra turn of bind there. That's going to work out absolutely fine. Moving on to the final stage, the bottom row gets stunned, so that's why we have the pudding support on Jumanji. I'm actually not using the Jumanji special at all. Like, you can if you really want to, but it doesn't really do that much. Like, you can use their switch abilities. Their switch ability is kind of cool, but like, other than that, like, they're realistically not doing anything for this team, besides the fact that they can use the pudding support. So if you want to replace them with any other, like, driven powerhouse, Sanji, or any other driven powerhouse that has some sort of support that does HP cuts on the final stage, that's just going to bypass the stun. Obviously, if you have the new Alvira Pizarro, like, that's just where you put him. You just put Alvira Pizarro exactly where that Jumanji unit is right there. To remove the bind, we have this Alvira Pizarro. Like, obviously, if you have the new Alvira Pizarro, you just replace him with, like, you're obviously not going to be able to run this guy. But at the same time, like, he's just here for threshold and bind. There's really not much else that he's doing. Like, the orb boost, obviously there's that interrupts, but the orb boost we want to use is from Big Mom and Katakuri. Now, Big Mom and Katakuri have the captain shift mechanic. You can swap them into captain. Swap them out of captain, all that fun stuff too. But they're going to be your orb booster. Versus Blackbeard sets up the territory for powerhouse units. He also has attack boosting and base attack boost. He also has the verse effect to give you the chain boost as well. He cuts your HP, so that way you can get HP guard. You don't have to worry about the burn at all. Obviously, if you bring a Vasco shot friend captain, you're just going to apply the orb boost with the burn anyway. But at the same time, like, this is pretty much what we're working with. Finally, if you have a full team of driven characters and use versus Kaido, he removes 10 turns of damage reduction and threshold. It is very, very powerful. So as long as you have the 6 driven and you have the 6 powerhouse, which again, we're running full driven powerhouse here, you can get all of these very, very nice effects. On top of that, you get the increased damage taken for 2.25. And again, if you apply increased damage taken, you also get a full board of orbs with this particular unit as well. You apply that increased damage taken, and then say you bring, say, Rush Kaido as a friend captain, you're going to get the conditional buff there too. You have that hit stick that's hitting really, really hard, and then you have a Rush character too as well. But I don't think you get the Rush with this particular team. So that's what we're working with. As I mentioned, if you have your own Alvira Bizarro, just replace Alvira Bizarro with Alvira Bizarro, and then you don't have to bring Jumanji either. I think, actually, yeah, kind of goofed up there. Like, Alvira Bizarro doesn't remove the stun. He just removes blow away. So, yeah, if you have the new Alvira Bizarro, you just want to replace, obviously, Alvira Bizarro there because he's doing the same thing. And then you just want to bring someone that can remove bind that also has some sort of support to remove stun. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because you the stun's only on the bottom row, realistically, you can use the versatility of Blackbeard and it cuts your HP, and that's just going to remove the stun. So, like, you're just good to go there. That literally opens the door for a whole nother unit. And that way, if you have Alvira Bizarro, the new one, you can just replace Alvira Bizarro on this particular team with him, and then bring another character to remove the bind. So, like, realistically, like, that's, like, oh, for this team, like, he needs to be there. But, like, I guess, yeah, he needs to be there. But if you have the new Alvira Bizarro, you want to put him here. So, like, that's going to be the wave. So, as of the last unit, I'd recommend just using any strength character. Like, any strength-driven powerhouse unit is going to be very beneficial here. Or, if you really want to, you could throw on a Blackbeard Pirate. That's going to give you a little bit more viability if you can find a Vasco shot friend captain. So, yeah, just be mindful of that. Actually, that Pizarro is not Blackbeard Pirate. They haven't given him the tags. That's fucking ridiculous, but look, at the end of the day, yeah, you're gonna need to put one there. That's so dumb that he doesn't have the tag. So, like, yeah, look, it is what it is. For now, I'm just gonna throw on the lead performers because if you have lead performers and using a Rush friend captain, the two of them just work like so damn nice together. But like I said, if you have the new Bizarro, yeah, you guys know the gist. Alright, so moving on to the next variation, we have the Psy fight against Blackbeard. Obviously, Vasco, Shot, and Bizarro are the recommended characters. Driven, Powerhouse, and something else. Shooters, get all the good stuff. Van August Stage 2 gives you Pain, 50% HP cut, 2 turns of damage reduction, and then normal attacks only. After level 30, because all these teams are designed for that, Blackbeard has all the regular stuff, but he's not immune to Poison, Ignite, and basically any poisons. So, yeah, cool. Preemptive, your 2 random crewmates will get blown away. Very, very annoying. There's random crewmates. Your recovery orbs get turned to damage. You get a full board of recovery orbs, 3 turns of burn, normal attacks only. Any slot effects or type effect boost will lose 1 turn thanks to the intimidation. 10 turns of resilience, 2 turns of damage reduction, 11 turns of bind, which should go down to 8. Just 8 turns of bind on your left-hand column. And then, if you do any poison, then basically, for an unlimited amount of times, you lose all your beneficial effects, so you can't use the poison to remove the resilience, but you can use Ignite, because that's what Vasco Shot does. And then if you remove normal attacks only, then you get a whole bunch of bad stuff. So the team looks a little bit like this. We're using Verse Kaido as our captain. Again, you can bring Vasco Shot. Anything like that is going to work out pretty fine. But if you can't find Vasco Shot, something like the Int Alba would be a really good shout here. Hell, even like the Dex Alba would be very, very good as well. Just another Kaido Pirate, Beast Pirate is going to work out very, 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 very nice. So the idea here is we are running a full driven setup. On stage 2, we have the Verse Kid special to remove damage reduction. You don't really need to use Kid here. Like, you could save him for the what's it called? You could save him for the final stage, but at the same time, yeah, look, I think using him here is probably going to be the most beneficial. The problem here is actually that he does, I believe he takes your HP. So he cuts your HP by 50%, and then deals 200 times damage. So like this could be a little bit of a problem, the cutting your HP, because remember, you also get a 50% HP cut, so you'll be essentially at 25% HP after you use this particular special. Now, what you also need to do on turn 2 is you need to make sure that you are captain shifting with Big Mom Katakuri. So Big Mom Katakuri are going to captain shift into your captain. So again, that is going to also take some more damage because of the pain. Now, I believe the pain is only 5k, or maybe it's 10k. Yeah, it's 10,000. So like, it could be a little bit rough here with how much HP you're actually having. So make sure you guys have like a good decent amount of HP before you start doing all of these shenanigans. Otherwise, the idea with this particular team is we are going to use the verse effect of Kid on the final stage. He gives you the HP guard for 100%, so that way you don't have to worry about the pain. I can't think of any like other characters besides like Chopper or even like the huge Shiroshi Mancherry or something like that in the verse Kid spot. And then just try and like burst through. If you're running 2 verse Kaidos, like you can just get rid of the damage reduction super easy. But otherwise, you're going to have to find a way to remove not only the damage reduction, but also, yeah, tank that. So ideally, like this team is built in a way that we can use Vasco Shot and you're good to go. Realistically, Vasco Shot removes damage reduction. And if you're running double verse Kaido, you just don't even have to worry about using the Kid special at all until you use his verse ability on the final stage. So there's also that. If you find Vasco Shot, use him. If you find a friend, if you're using verse Kaido as a friend captain, use him as well. On the realistically, all you need to make sure you are remembering to do is you are captain shifting with the Big Mom Katakuri unit on stage 2. So that way, when you move into turn 3, you don't have to worry about the blow away. You're pretty much good to go there. Then you can shift out of captain and have Big Mom Katakuri become a sailor once again. Your verse Kaido is going to remove the damage reduction on the final stage. Use the verse ability of Kid. As soon as you enter stage 3, you use the verse ability of Kid. That way you activate HP guard, and then you can start just not even worrying about the pain. Captain shift out with Big Mom Katakuri. Use the verse Kaido special to deal with the what's it called? Verse Kaido to deal with the damage reduction. Kaido gives you an attack boost. Big Mom Katakuri also give you a orb boost. There is an intimidation for 1 turn, like it reduces it by 1 turn, but at the same time, like it doesn't matter because you have 2 turns of these abilities. I have the Otama support again on Big Mom Katakuri, but again, if you guys don't have that, you can use this particular pudding, this one right here. You get inflicted with the bind status. You can remove it by 1 turn. Then there's a support on Kaido for Caesar Clown. He can deal with that as well. You could also use a ship. That's another really good option. Finally, we have Jack to remove the rest of the attack down. He has 6 turns. And then Queen is our color affinity booster, as well as giving us, what's it called? Queen gives us end of turn damage. So then that way we can bypass that. Finally, you can use the Kid special here if you really want to. But again, he's just here sort of here for the HP guard. So that way we don't have to deal with the pain. So there you guys go. That is the 10-star Kizuna. Any friend captain. Well, not any friend captain, but no Vasco Shot friend captain or a Vasco Shot friend captain if you can find one. But it's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, but like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Lights!